Riddle me this, my friends. What's better than a trilogy of Star Wars movies featuring a boring, wooden, unlikable actress playing an overpowered, invincible Mary Sue character? The answer is, of course, another trilogy of Star Wars movies featuring a boring, wooden, unlikable actress who's best known for playing an overpowered, invincible Mary Sue character. It would seem that the great minds at Disney have come to the same logical conclusion as me, based on the rumours that are currently swirling around the internet like a fart in a sauna. It all started with the announcement that Marvel producer Kevin Feige was signing on to develop a new Star Wars movie for Lucasfilm. A film that'll take the series in a bold new direction after the Skywalker saga comes to an end this year. Now, this was an intriguing statement for a number of reasons. Firstly, because bold and new are not words that I typically associate with Kevin Feige. If you were to say conveyor belt, cookie cutter, or comfort zone, then I'd be all on board. But I guess it makes sense to bring the mastermind of the MCU into the Star Wars universe, because Disney's basically spent the past 5 years trying to replicate the success of that franchise using George Lucas's universe with increasingly disastrous results. I also find it interesting that Kevin's apparently been brought in to produce just one movie. That doesn't seem to play to his strengths. He's more of a big picture kind of guy, the kind of producer who oversees the development of complex, interconnected franchises with carefully unfolding, overarching storylines. But drinker, you inebriated but deceptively eloquent wordsmith, I hear you say. Star Wars has already got someone to handle that kind of work. Kathleen Kennedy's been doing a sterling job overseeing the rollout of the new Star Wars films recently. Of course she has. Her policy of hiring directors that are completely incompatible with the material they have to work with, firing people who disagree with her, creating a story group filled with people for whom writing and storytelling takes a distant backseat to social activism, mandating the inclusion of divisive and unnecessary identity politics into a universe that totally doesn't support them, and utterly refusing to accept any criticism or responsibility for her inevitable failures is of course what marks her out as a great leader. Now, if I was a cynical man, and I am, I'd say this move represented a bit of a reshuffle behind the scenes at Lucasfilm. Obviously, it's not possible for Disney to outright fire someone at Kathleen's level for reasons, and apparently she's really determined to hang in there, so it could be that this represents the next best thing, quietly shuffling her into a meaningless symbolic role, while Kevin takes on the real task of unfucking the biggest cinematic fuck-up since Justice League. Good luck with that one, sir. I really think you're gonna need it. So how does Captain Woodenface fit into all of this? Well, around about the same time, another rumour began circulating that Disney really wants Brie Larson to come in and head up one of their many new Star Wars trilogies currently in development. Either one from the idiots that destroyed Game of Thrones, or the idiot who destroyed the Star Wars sequel trilogy. This story's been picked up by quite a few entertainment websites, some of whom even claim to have insider knowledge from Disney themselves, and they're all saying the same thing. Disney wants to bring Brie Larson into Star Wars. Now, it's well known that Kevin Feige's got a bit of a love affair going on with Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. I mean, the guy just can't say enough good things about them, and if he's now on board with the ability to control production and casting decisions, well, I think you can see where this is going.
Mother of God.
And maybe it's a good thing that she's heading to a galaxy far, far away, because if another crop of recent rumours are to be believed, it seems like nobody in this one wants her around, especially the MCU. The loss of Spider-Man in a failed rights negotiation with Sony has apparently torpedoed Marvel's plans to use him as a comedy whipping boy to make Captain Marvel act like more of an actual human being instead of a dull, lifeless, dead-eyed, humourless, anthropomorphized block of wood lurching around like Frankenstein's monster on a bad acid trip. And believe me, I know all about those. Oh no, I was really looking forward to one of the best remaining characters in the MCU MCU, being reduced to the role of a comedy sidekick that gets constantly upstaged and humiliated by his smug, superior buddy. Now it seems they're slowly waking up to the fact that they've been lumbered with an unlikable, overpowered, invincible character with no real personality that's basically written herself into a corner and rendered all the other Avengers totally pointless just by existing. I hate to say I told you so, Marvel, but, well, I did, so I will. Maybe scaling back Brie Larson's involvement in the MCU and shifting her into the Star Wars universe is a way of solving the storytelling problems her character creates, while avoiding having to go through the humiliation and the contractual nightmare of ditching the actress before her contract was up. It's a bit like having to throw up and shit at the same time. One way or another, you know it's gonna be messy. You just have to decide what's worse. Or you can squat in the bathtub and just knock yourself out. It's your call. So what are we supposed to make about all this nonsense? Is it just a random collection of rumours and speculation that adds up to a whole lot of nothing? Or does it represent an attempt by Disney to solve two of their biggest problems in one go? Honestly, I couldn't give a monkey's toss at this point. Star Wars movies could consist entirely of wet t-shirt contests, and it wouldn't be enough to get me interested. That being said, anything that minimises Brie Larson's influence on the MCU can only be a good thing, so I guess we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now!